The question is, are whales dumping Bitcoin while loading up on XRP? Welcome to the Freedom Culture. Here at the Freedom Culture, I like to discuss current events in the financial sector, this new digital economy, and breaking down blockchain technology in the most understandable terms possible. It is official, XRP ETFs are live on Wall Street. Meanwhile, it seems like long-term whales are dumping Bitcoin. But let's get into it. XRP has become the third US spot ETF. There's only 3 crypto assets in history that has been approved for a US spot ETF and traded on a stock exchange. First it was Bitcoin, then it was Ethereum, and now it's XRP. So we got Franklin Templeton, a company with over $1.5 trillion assets under management. They launched their XRP ETF, XRPZ. Then we have Grayscale. They launched their own XRP ETF, GXRP. And then we have the news with Evernorth, the company that will be like what MicroStrategy is to Bitcoin. They launched their own XRP ETF. This is like an integration into the establishment event. XRP is getting merged into Wall Street. So these ETFs had more new money flowing in than Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. That's because big companies like Grayscale and Franklin Templeton announcing and dropping these ETFs, a lot of investors happen to rush to buy them up. It's like a grand opening to a couple of new restaurants and everybody rushed to the XRP one for a plate. Now things has been a little weird in the Bitcoin department because large whales been declining. Wallets with over 1,000 BTC has decreased from 2,500 to 2,000. And smaller wallets with less than 1 BTC has skyrocketed from 33 million to 55 million. And the volume has been declining. You might have seen some articles around talking about wallets with over 100 BTC, but it's completely evading the fact that there's been wallets with over 1,000 BTC that's been rapidly declining. I mean, I'm not going to say rapidly, but, enough to be concerned. So the real whales who held a much larger amount of Bitcoin than the articles being promoted is decreasing. They're pretty much disappearing. Meanwhile, retail is rising. And plus we got the articles about Mt. Gox moving about 900 million, close to $1 billion in Bitcoin, likely to offload it. We got the MicroStrategy situation, them getting delisted from JP Morgan indexes January 15th, 2026. And plus they almost hit their liquidation zone. Their average Bitcoin buying price is 72,000. Bitcoin dropped to a low of 82,000. That's a little too close for comfort. Now, in my humble opinion, the reason why these large whales might be decreasing is because they could be doing something as simple as de-risking. We are in a liquidity crisis. I mean, the Federal Reserve just had to inject over $70 billion into the banking system a month ago. And there's also a lot of talk about QE, printing more money. They're going to have to extend their balance sheet. So the first thing that you do in a liquidity crisis is de-risk, get rid of risk on assets such as Bitcoin. They need money. So meanwhile, it's being promoted to the people. We're in a financial crisis. I've been singing this song for a long time. We're officially here, and throughout history, you can see that things don't get fixed, they get replaced. Whenever they never let a crisis go to waste, and they're building the pipelines for a new system. AI, tokenization, and all of these things. So the integration of XRP into Wall Street makes sense because XRP's ledger will have utility. They have a lot of things that you can do with the ledger as opposed to Bitcoin, which is digital gold, quote unquote digital gold. So you can't really do much with gold, but store value. But XRP, you can actually use it. I just wanted to put this video out there. Of course, nothing that I'm saying is financial advice. Always do your own research. I'm just hoping that, this inspires and enlightens someone to take things with a grain of salt. There's a lot of propaganda out there that, could distract you from a large upside. Bitcoin could be the greatest distraction from things that hold utility. Things that could be really profitable really fast. It could be a lot of massive marketing campaign to keep people's eyes on Bitcoin. Meanwhile, for example, I just made a 48% profit off of SHX stronghold, which doesn't have any marketing at all, really. You know, we got all of these ISO 222 coins. Where's the marketing? You don't hear any marketing for Algo, Algorand, XRP, XDC, HBAR. Only those that's already within this niche that's aware of these ISO 222 compliant cryptocurrencies that's building the future of the financial system. And it has a larger upside because you will be early. So I'm just saying, like, maybe it's possible that this is to distract people from the actual lucrative coins. Maybe that's just my humble opinion. But anyways, keep up with me on the Freedom Culture. Peace, love, and respect. Take care of yourself. Click the links below. Follow me. Keep up with me. I'm gonna keep on putting out more content. I'm gonna try to be more consistent, putting out more content to help navigate people through this new financial system, because it is a lot and it could be misleading. There's like a growing effort to mislead people, you know, and I hate to see people taken advantage of. And FYI, I can't recall a time that somebody actually got wealthy listening to the people on the news. You know, nobody actually gets wealthy listening to someone on the media, on TV, like, buy this, buy this. We all know about Jim Cramer, and, you know, they got a Jim Cramer index. Like, whatever he says, buy, you should sell. But I'm getting ahead of myself right now. Peace, love, and respect. Take care of yourself. Click the links below. Keep up with me. Follow my Patreon. I will put more content on there really soon. Later.